And away we go here for Xbox Division 3.
Still wheel to wheel coming out of turn 19.
Tries to go down the inside of Desio. Desio giving him space, but not by much.
Oh, and he's oversteered, and he spun. They're side by side, off the track, neck and neck. Hello and welcome to PPR's PC Division 2. We're here at Circuit of the Americas in USA to get underway. We have Jeb alongside me here. I believe he's getting his mic sorted out as we speak.
Hello, yeah, sorry, some technical difficulties right now.
No worries. We have a couple cars coming out of the pits now. It looks like the Haas of Romicron is already around the hairpin. Sorry, that's Eduardo Andretti out again. He's usually the first one out on track. He's coming down the back straight now. That sun very low, late in the afternoon qualifying session here in Austin, Texas. So that sun definitely plays a factor coming into this turn and the final corner. Looks pretty clear for this session though. I'm not sure if we have any word of rain in the forecast for this race. Most drivers opting for the soft tires. Jeb, do you know the varying strategies for this track that we've seen?
Well, COSA is quite usually a track with a lot of different strategies going into it. A lot of drivers will maybe be opting for a medium to hard strategy. Possibly you could make a soft to mediums work, but you'd have to rely on a safety car. And in a race as unpredictable as COSA, I'd say it's pretty much likely that a safety car will come into place. So that could be a good strategy change for anyone willing to shake up the results.
Definitely, yeah. We saw our safety car come out last night in our Xbox Division 1 race, which definitely shook things up, although the weather did play a toll on plenty of drivers. We'll see if things get spiced up here with safety cars and the weather as well. So we have Eduardo Andretti on his flying lap right now, using all that air as he can, cutting that corner as much as possible. Still valid, so he knows the track limits here. He may have backed off there, though. Could have possibly ended his lap a bit early. The two Ferraris, though, sorry, Alfa Romeos, it looks like, behind on Flyers as well. Racer 33 on the hards, getting closed down by his teammate on the softs. We'll see if some team orders come into play on this qualifying lap here. And see if maybe Racer 33 will just give him the slipstream. Pull him ahead. He drops to the side now. He's just putting in some bankers on those hards. And Skyward Atlas will fly on by with that DRS open. PTFU on his outlap, one of our pole contenders. He's currently leading the championship by a very large margin. Jeb, if you have access, could you go ahead and pull those up? We can get the listeners and viewers an idea of where our championship driver standings are at right now.
Certainly can, if you will bear with me.
Skyward Atlas coming through the triple right-hander now. If you go on board, you got to try and hit a triple apex here to make it stick. Drop down a couple gears for this left-hander not to invalidate the lap. Coming around the final corner, you can see the sun just glaring in there. It's very hard to get the breaking point right, even with the racing line on. Comes across the line with a 133.6, and of course his teammate coming by with an invalidated lap. We have PPR Squirmy on the mediums coming up to the line. We'll see what he can do. He will be setting a new lap now. Romicron with the softs, he's looking to go pole with a 32.7, so nice lap there by him. Looks like we've got the Williams now of either Henners or Custom. Yes, it is Henners coming around the final corner. He's definitely a contender for pole as well, as we've seen in Mexico last week. He did pretty well, 132.6, so he goes a 10th faster there than Romicron. Looks like we've got Strifium diving to the pits now. We got Kermit, though, in the Renault, going very wide there. Keeping it on track, though. He'll set a 34.9, so he's got plenty of time to spare. BTFU coming up to the line to start his flyer. Looks like the Undertaker is rounding the final corner in that Toro Rosso. We'll see what he can do. He goes P3 with a 33 flat. So some room to improve for sure. Mexena up to the line. He'll go into the pits now. Looks like Ozone coming up to the line. Camara goes 34.9 there. We've got Custom up to the line as well. He'll start his hot lap now as they cruise along. Henner so far on pole. Eduardo sits a lap with a 35.4. We got the Mercedes of Mex Toto pick starting his flying lap as well. We see a lot of our runners setting their first lap. Still half the field yet to validate a lap. We see Racer 33 diving into the pits on those hard tires. Squirmy coming around to set a lap on those mediums. We'll see what kind of times he can do compared to these soft runners. He goes P5 with a 34.5. Decent lap there from him. We got Skybits coming to the line as well on the softs. He goes P4 with a 33.4. Not a bad lap from Skybits after taking a long leave of absence. He's back for the past few races, doing a pretty good job here, keeping it competitive. BTFU now coming up for his lap. Definitely a pole contender. He is on the mediums though, so we'll see how his times can compare to Henner's. He goes P4 with a 33.0. So 4/10 off the pole time on a harder compound tire. BTFU looking not too shabby at the moment. Who is your favorite to win this race? Or at least snag that pole position now, Jeb?
Well, obviously we've had some, history repeating itself in terms of the championship. You've got, right now, the top 5 in the championship. You've got BTFU, you've got Hinners, Doth Thou Hoist, Racer 33, and Custom. So BTFU and Doth Thou Hoist, from what I've seen, are probably the most solid, I should say, all-round drivers. Obviously, BTFU pulling out a huge margin in qualifying in the race, and most races he's competed in. But Racer 33 as well, apart from a shocking run of bad luck in the last couple of races, has managed to race consistently in the points in almost every race he's competed in. So I think we should see a strong showing from him, provided his luck manages to hold.
Yeah, I think so as well. We'll see what he can do. He has yet to set an official time. Mexena and Strifium included in that bunch. Looks like Mexena is coming up to the line now to possibly start his flying lap on those medium tires. We do have Strifium on his outlap, according to the game. So about just under halfway through this qualifying session. Many drivers opting for that soft starting strategy. And of course, we are unsure of the weather, so we'll see how that plays out. As we see Custom dive to the pits, we'll see if Tiger Racing sets a quicker lap on those hard tires. Goes around again. Does not improve. He's looking to just get a good, solid warm-up on with those hard compound tires. Not the greatest starting tire, so we'll see how it plays out. Race 33 just starting his flying lap now. We'll keep on with him as he cruises into the S's now. Very crucial not to invalidate here. You can lose and gain so much time. He's keeping it very, very steady here. Possibly setting just a banker just to get a time on the board. Keeping those tires inside the white lines. The track limits between time trial mode and our league race is slightly different, so you can take a little bit more of the curb in online mode as opposed to time trial mode, as we've seen. So we'll see plenty of drivers trying to milk that as much as possible. Looks like we've got Henners down there starting a new flying lap, as well as Romicron will catch them as they come across the line. So far, race 33 keeping it nice and tidy. Cruising up to the final corner now. Race 33 will finally set a time. What can he do, though? He goes P6 with a 33.4. We have Romicron coming up. He goes P1 with a 32.1, besting Henners by 0.5 of a second. A solid lap there by him. I know we had a few 31s and a couple 30s in our Division 1, so we'll see if anyone in Division 2 can take their times into the 30s, or sorry, 31s. Looks like Striffium goes P4, wow, with a 32.9, so he's looking quick there as well. Undertaker still P5 with a 35.0. He crosses the line, he take that back, he goes P3 with a 32.6. Takes back that position from Mex Toto Pick and Striffium. Skyward Atlas dipping out of that lap and dropping into the pits. It's like the next driver on our flyer seems to be I believe Henners. It looks like he's just about to start his flying lap now. Ozone Camara diving into the pits as well. He's got plenty of room to improve there. Kermit dropping back into the pits as well. None of these guys want to set a lap, it seems. We got 6 minutes left in qualifying now. And Romicron's looking pretty good there, 0.5 ahead. PPR scrimmage coming to the line, starting fresh lap now. Custom, one to watch too. He's only set a 34.1, but of course that was, on soft tires as well. So we know he definitely has room for improvement. We've seen his pace. He can definitely get up there. Got BTFU on another flyer on the mediums. He's really looking to start on those mediums from the looks of it. He still has time to dip into the pits and change to softs. Given his current championship lead, though, he kind of has the freedom to start a little bit lower on the grid with a harder compound, but he's diving into the pits, so possibly we'll see him switch to those soft tires, snag that pole. Looks like Henners is coming back in yet again, possibly getting some more warm-up laps in. Eduardo Andretti coming up to the line, looking to improve on his 35.4. He does not, and he'll stay P14 at the moment. Plenty of drivers in the pits. Track is pretty clear. Looks like nobody currently is on a flyer, as Squirmy's ERS is completely full. Looks like he'll jump into the pits. See Tiger Racing down there on his out lap. On those hard still. We know he's the champion of starting low on the grid and making his way back up through clean driving and 0 time penalties. I'm sure he can possibly do the same here today. Three minutes left in qualifying. I'm sure these drivers will start to come out soon to start their final laps. Plenty of drivers on those softs, so it looks like they will opt to go for the quickest lap available rather than the long game strategy. There comes Eduardo Andretti around the final corner, looking to improve his lap time yet again. He goes 35-1, so he improves, but not his position. We have Max Toto Pick starting his flying lap as well. That'll be his final lap of the session. The two Ferraris coming up to the line as well. And Tandem's just about to start their final lap. Tiger Racing yet again on those hards. Just looking to get some solid practice laps in here, it seems. We know he's raced here. This will be his third time at least racing here this week. Of course, racing on Sunday at TGR. Monday for our Division 1 race here for PPR. And, of course, PC Division 2 here this evening. Looks like Skyward Atlas is finally coming up to the line now on those soft tires. Can he improve up from P9? He does. He goes P7, bests his teammate by just 4/10. So he was 33 flat there. Races 33 coming around, prepping for his hot lap. Waiting till the last possible second here. Most of our drivers out on their out laps at the moment. All getting ready to take way. As we have a big bunch up here and no one wants to go first. Between the Williams, Mercedes, Haas, Red Bull, and other Williams, they're all pulling off to the side, letting everyone go by. Waiting for the last possible second. They've got a minute left. We'll see what kind of time, as Strifium has retired. He's chilling in the pits now. Camara looking to put a banger of a lap now, trying to break into that top 10. Get some solid starting position for Ferrari as it comes up to the line. He'll go P8 with a 33.4, and his teammate Tiger will stay 15th. Looks like Custom starting his flying lap now. The Renault, though, sorry, the Haas of Eduardo Andretti, sorry, Romicron starting his flying lap. Plenty of cars cruising across the line, starting their flying lap. But race 33 will be the first of our final runners to cross the line and set a time. Cruising the final sector now, keeping it a lot tighter than before. It looks like he's pushing a lot harder this lap. He's got that banker in. We know he can improve. We know he has a chance at that top 5. We'll see what he can do. Coming into the final couple corners now. Keeping it tidy. That sun even lower now than before. He goes pretty deep past his apex. Comes to the line with that DRS. He goes P8, just past his teammate. 33.1 there, but not enough to break into the top 5. Looks like Undertaker's coming up to the line now. He'll go P2 with a 32.5, so will not grab that pole position, but he bests Henner's lap there. But Henner's still has time to improve. He's on his flyer now. We'll hop on with PPR Squirmy as he comes up to the line. He's P12, looking to jump into that top 10. Round the final corner he comes up to the line. He goes P11 with a 33.7. Solid lap there from him. Tiger Racing cruising around on those hard tires. See if he can improve any spots there. He does. He goes P13 there with a nice lap. Looks like Custom does not improve his time. We've got Romicron that goes fastest with a 31.9. We've got Henners coming up to the line. Can he best his time? He does not. He'll stay there. So Romicron currently on pole. BTFU on the softs, though. We'll see what he could do as he comes up to the line. He'll be the last one for pole. He takes it with a 31.5. Best Romicron by 4/10 there and gets the job done. Championship leader solidifying his position in the league as he grabs that pole. And that'll be it for qualifying, as BCFU was the last to set a proper time. Romicron dipping into the 31s there at the end, but BCFU coming away with that very quick lap with a 31.5. So thoughts on that, Jeb? Was it what you expected from our dry qualifying session?
Well, there were some surprises. I mean, of course, Tiger Racing is the only driver to not set a qualifying lap on a soft tire. But knowing Tiger Racing, I think that's either a mistake, a glitch, or he's just pulled off a huge strategy brainwave, and he's going to absolutely pull away with this. You know, he will be looking to fight above his weight today. Custom, usually qualifying well, of course, you know, maybe he made a mistake. He's not done as well as he has today. Remicron qualifying incredibly well, but of course, BTFU taking that pole position, so they'll be fighting off the grid into turn 1, of course, in the first lap, and I'm looking forward to seeing that.
Yeah, it should be exciting. Yeah, definitely one to look out for is Custom down there in a P12, I believe. He'll definitely be looking up to make places, and we'll see what kind of tires these guys start on. Looks pretty dry at the moment, so we could be in for a fully dry race, although you never know, the clouds in Austin, they could swarm the track quite quickly and bring some precipitation. But that fight into turn 1 is definitely going to be a saucy one, as we know it's very wide and somewhat blind for that apex. So we'll see. I know BTFU will be starting on the right side, so Romicron could have a chance up the inside to make something happen. Drivers choosing their strategies now. We'll see what they come up with. Drivers outside the top 10, of course, do not have to start on their qualifying tire. They can have a free choice. So medium tire or possibly hard, if you're Tiger Racing, might be the best option. We'll see what they decide. Lining up on the grid now for the formation lap. BTFU gets away, leading the pack. Looks like the Mercedes there of Toto picked slow to get away. Hopefully we don't want any stalls. Good thing this is a video game and we don't have any real engine issues in online multiplayer lobbies. It's definitely one of my favorite sections on the calendar, the S's through USA, just because you can cut the corner so much, but if you cut it too much, you just get penalized crucially. Very fun when you do get it right, just like the Suzuka S's as well. So BTFU looking to extend his championship lead in a solid position to do so. He's got the points already, but why not grab a few more here with just three races left to go. We'll throw up some tire data here for you guys so you can see just who is starting on what. Looks like Squirmy is on the mediums, Custom on the mediums, and Tiger Racing on the mediums, while Kermit, Eduardo, and Senna are on the softs there, down in P11 through 16. So we'll see if Kermit and Eduardo and Senna can get the jump on those three medium runners. We'll see how the start plays out. Could be a saucy one. We know the turn is very tight, yet very wide. As we wait for Senna to catch up to the grid. And all our drivers are now ready to take off. Lovely camera angles here as we start the race. 5 red lights. And we're underway here. BTFU with a solid start. Micron not too bad either. Trying to go up the inside now. The Toro Rosso getting in on the action as well. Williams up the inside. Micron gets the move done. Staying on the inside. BTFU drops back as we have almost spins out there from race 33. Looks like on the Alfa Romeo. 2 McLarens getting away great. Striffium up to P4 now. Looks like Micron has a solid start, pulling away a bit now from BTFU. Racer 33 drops back a couple positions there. Looks like Skyward Atlas going side by side. Oh, the McLaren of Striffium seems to have dropped back just a few places now, back to P6. The Ferrari up the inside. Camara with a great start. Looks like, oh no, Max Toto pick has gone round. Oh, oh my goodness, as Custom has retired. Not entirely sure what happened there. Safety car is out. Looks like Skybits got in it to a tussle as well. I'm not sure if you caught that, Jed. Did you see what happened?
At the end of it, from what it looked like, you know, there was a sort of contact, and Custom just went into the rear of Skybits. I'm not sure if Skybits was braking too early for the corner or what, but he seemed to catch Custom, and Custom wasn't able to dodge it in time. It just, you know, he drove both of them into the wall. So very unfortunate for the both of them, and you know, it's unfortunate that both of their practice, you know, all that work has been thrown away in just a few short seconds of this race.
Yeah, just moments into the race, you see that happen. It's a pretty high-speed section there, so I wouldn't guess anyone was trying to brake. Maybe just got caught up with too much throttle there, oversteered, and unfortunately had a innocent victim caught away with it. Looks like we have some questionable position changes here. So I'm diving into the pits now under this safety car. We'll see BTFU dropping down the order now. Romicron with an excellent start there. Couldn't have asked for anything better. I think it's a good idea for him to stay on the softs. He wouldn't want to lose that track position. BTFU's got really nothing to lose now with that championship basically secured. The safety car is starting up now. We'll see if it catches him. Romicron doing a good job of staying behind it. Luckily, no safety car shenanigans this time. Tiger Racing up to P5. Solid gains there. He's on those mediums, so he's looking pretty good. BTFU switching to the mediums as well. So these guys, I'm assuming, will probably do one more stop at the end onto mediums or softs, depending on how long they stretch these guys. BTFU,
Yeah.
Go ahead, Jeb.
Sorry. It's been an excellent start there for Tiger Racing. You know, he started P13, and thanks to this fortuitous safety car, he's pulled himself up to P5. We've got Stryfium as well, who qualified 6th and 3rd. Although he had a bit of contact on the first lap with Undertaker. I'm not quite sure what happened, but Undertaker was trying to go for a move, and it looked like Stryfium sort of cut him off a little. So he's going to want to tamper down the aggression a little and focus on putting his head down, getting some solid laps in, and defending his 3rd position, because it's a very solid, you know, effort from him to go this far into the race. So, you know, obviously there's been a shake-up of the grid because of the safety cars in the pits. So the people who have stayed out, you know, not got wing damage on the opening lap, will be looking to fortify their positions and keep themselves ahead as we head into the 3rd lap.
Definitely, yeah. We saw Stryfium got a great start there. He was up into P4, I believe, from P6. Dropped back a little bit through the S's there. But after those few cars that pitted, he's able to hop up into P3 now. So he's in a solid position, possibly looking for a podium today. We'll see how it plays out. Of course, I believe I've heard we may have some rain on the way later in the race. And the longer this safety car stays out, the quicker that rain will come in terms of amount of laps. So that could definitely shake up the strategy. We will see. Possibly these medium runners looking to go as long as possible until that rain comes. But for now, Romicron currently leading the way as we go around for another lap underneath the safety car. Looks like everyone is currently bunched up behind the safety car, so would have been great to have it come in that lap, but alas, I don't make the rules. We're going to go around for yet another lap. Unfortunate for Custom, though. Didn't have the greatest qualifying there and dropped out with that contact with Skybits. Skybits, though, up into P8. Looks like he's the last of the non-stoppers yet. Toto Pick going on the hards there. Could be a bold strategy. We'll see how that plays out. See if he can keep up with the medium runners. We see Kermit and Eduardo Andretti up a few places now, all the way up into P6 and 7, starting at the back of the grid. So they're trying to make these softs last as long as possible. Race 33 with that contact down in P15 as well. So he'll be looking to try and catch up to his Alfa Romeo teammate in P2. Beautiful shot of the safety car cruising down the back straight. Oh my goodness, as I thought that Haas back there was nearly going to spin out due to excessive warming of his tires. Eduardo Andretti, though, he knows what he's doing. Getting the optimum temperature in those tires. Safety car is in this lap, so we'll see Romicron try and pull away. We'll see where he decides to really take off. Getting those tires warm. Safety car taking his time to dive into the pits. So Romicron will now back the field up. Safety car going very, very slow. Here's Romicron now backing up the field. He's got to wait until the safety car dives into the pits before he crosses the safety car line. Otherwise, he will get a penalty. Looks like he'll start away now as they're underway. Romicron gets a huge lead now. Strifium pretty close there to Atlas. He may be a little bit too far back for any kind of move. Looks like the field is pretty spaced out at the moment. Skybits on the back of Eduardo Andretti looking to make a move. Possibly nothing there. The Williams, though, of Henners on the move with BTFU. They're side by side. BTFU gets ahead through the S's. Henners will back off. BTFU going very deep through the S there. Henners may have another jab back at BTFU. These two, of course, similar pace, trying to make their way back up through the field after pitting under the safety car. Skybits there. Up there you can see battling with Eduardo Andretti, looking to get by as soon as possible. These four from P7 to 10, all very, very close as they come into the hairpin before the back straight. Eduardo Andretti running wide there. Skybits now going up into P7, gets by Eduardo Andretti. They're still side by side though. Here comes BTFU now. We'll go on board with Henners as he's got a great view of the action. BTFU up the inside of Eduardo Andretti. So is Henners. He follows through. They're side by side. BTFU on Skybits as well. Eduardo Andretti gets overtaken by 3 drivers in the span of 1 straight. Here comes Henners though, as they're side by side with BTFU. BTFU up the inside, holding that inside line. Gets away ahead of Henners. Skybits pulling away as well. Solid racing there by them. BTFU going very wide, losing some time there as Henners is right on the back of him, looking to attack and make the move. Romicron sent the fast lap, already a second ahead of P2 to Skyway Atlas. Mech Senna, though, right on the back of Strifium. They're going to go side by side into turn 1. We'll see as Strifium goes defensive. Senna around the outside of the McLaren. He gets the job done into turn 1. What a move. Looks like we've got Skybits and BTFU going side by side as well, as Henners is just following BTFU on every move he makes. They're side by side going into the S's. We'll see who makes it alive. Looks like Henners backs off and will not follow BTFU through. Skybits going very deep on that S. Could see the temperatures in those softs beginning to rise. Henners trying to go around the outside up the uphill chicane. Skybits goes very wide there and drops and loses a position to Henners. It's a very, very crazy restart so far. Looks like the Ferrari of Ozone is trying to get around Eduardo Andretti. Undertaker getting ahead as well. They're touching wheels now as Ozone Chimera gets ahead. Eduardo Andretti dropping back. Looks like he's having some heavy wings there. As here comes the Red Bull of PPR Squirmy. Looks like Eduardo Andretti's dropping back quite a lot now. I'm not entirely sure why. Racer 33 overtaking as well. As now Toto Pick and Squirmy are going at it side by side. Big train now from P8 onwards. Henners leading the way as he's dropped. Oh, a little bit of contact there from Squirmy, it seems. Looks like Mex Toto Pick tapped the back of Squirmy and spun round on those hard tires, so not a great look for him as he's dropped back now. BTFU on the back of Kermit. DRS is enabled now, which will be on the next lap, so they won't have it on this straight. But here comes BTFU on Kermit. Looks like Tiger Racing, though, right on the back of Strifium. Tiger in a solid position now, trying to make a move on Strifium. Strifium was P3 at the start of this safety car restart, but has dropped back quite a bit. Henners has dropped now back a bit from BTFU. BTFU, though, right on the back of Kermit. There's a bit of a train forming behind P4. Strifium looking to defend now into the hairpin. Tiger Racing, do it with a switchback. going side by side now with Striffman. He will have that DRS. He does get it. The Ferrari power will scream past the McLaren. Nice and easy. So we see BTFU looking for a move on Kermit. Up the inside he goes of the Renault driver. Kermit with a bit of a lockup. Gets pushed wide. BTFU gets that position done. Strifium trying to go around the outside of Tiger Racing. They're side by side. Goes for a switchback on the Ferrari driver. They're still side by side through Sector 3 now. Will they go side by side through the triple right-hander? Strifium up the inside. Tiger Racing looking for the switchback. Gets it done. Strifium goes wide. Will lose out on a couple positions now as BTFU gets ahead. Kermit looking to make the move. He goes almost loses it there. Henders gets around. Strifium dives into the pits. Those soft tires look to be screaming with those high temps now. All this battling has allowed these drivers to stay right on the back. Some close battling here after the safety car restart. Tiger Racing up to P4. BTFU all the way up to P5 now after starting, I believe, P10 after the safety car restart. He's closing in on Tiger Racing. Meanwhile, Micron is up a second and a half ahead of Skyward Atlas. Not pulling away completely, but definitely having a healthy gap for him to cruise along. Looks like Kermit has been passed by Undertaker, who has just left the session right after that. So Kermit will get that position back easily. I believe he may not have the DRS though, so you could have to watch out for that. Ozone Chimera getting by quite easily now as Undertaker is dropped back due to his AI controlling his car. Looks like Squirmy's looking for a move as well on the Undertaker. Gets the move done, nice and easy. Looks like Chimera and Kermit going side by side now. Kermit will back off and Chimera will get ahead. Squirmy looking to go the outside now of Kermit. Squirmy up the inside. They're side by side. Squirmy gets the move done and will pull ahead. Kermit dropping back now on those soft tires. You can see the soft runners struggling now as Tiger Racing and BTFU are going side by side. It looks Henner's right in on the action as well, trying to get by. Cuts up the inside. He'll get the move done on BTFU, it seems. BTFU still on the outside. Tiger will have the DRS. BTFU does not have the DRS due to the detection zone. Here comes Henners up the inside of BTFU. Oh, pushes Tiger Racing. Outbrakes and spins Tiger Racing. Unfortunately, Tiger Racing has dropped back quite a bit now. Kermit losing some front wing there. BTFU gets a 3-second time penalty. Really unfortunate for Tiger as Henners did not apply the brakes soon enough. Very unfortunate. Tiger was looking really solid there with his strategy. Henner's opting to go ahead and carry on with his race. We'll see what the stewards have to say about that incident. But meanwhile, Henner's ahead of BTFU. Did you get a better look at that incident there, Jeb?
Yeah, I was riding on board with Henners at the time, and I'm surprised that he left braking that late, considering BTFU was right in front of him and was braking earlier. It seemed almost that Henners was trying to move out up the inside of both cars and just couldn't move quick enough and went straight into the back of Tiger Racing. And unfortunately for Tiger Racing, the game's physics decided to punt him off the track. So obviously, you know, the stewards are going to be taking a serious look at that because that's a major incident.
Definitely is. Yeah, they were battling for almost the podium position there, and that drops Tiger back to P11 outside of the points. So I hope he doesn't have any wing damage. I'm sure Henners might have some from that contact. We'll see. And yeah,
from here it looks like Henners has maybe orange wing.
He'll dive into the pits now.
Of course, yeah, he saved the spin, so he's got no damage. But Henners has come out as the real loser here, of course, with wing damage, and he's having to pit, throwing away those mediums. It's really unfortunate that such a great battle has been ended so prematurely by one mistake. But yeah, that's racing.
That is quite unfortunate. Yeah, and unfortunate in the way in which Tiger spun. He didn't go straight on and just brake late. He had to somehow go to the right there due to the physics of this game. Meanwhile, Romicron, though, 1.9 seconds ahead. And I've yet to see a time penalty from him, so he's looking pretty comfortable out there. The top three now pulling away from BTFU. They're 7 seconds ahead. We'll see if BTFU can start to close that gap now that he has some clean air. Tiger Racing back on a roll now. within 7/10 of race 233. We'll see if we can get the DRS and look for a move here. There's a yellow flag as Henners has retired from the session. He's gone off. In the S's, into the wall he goes. Both Williams out. Claire Williams must be pulling her hair, as we have a safety car now. Both Williams drivers causing a safety car. Did you catch what happened there at all, Jeb?
I was on board with Toso, trying to catch what happened to Henry, and from the look of it, I don't know how he must have driven off the S's so violently. I mean, he could have caught the curb and spun, I guess, but like he was on the opposite side of the track in the wall, so it must have been a serious spin for him to end up so far off track. But Tiger Racing will be pumping his fist right now with a safety car out. He's minimized the damage caused by his spin just when cars are starting to come into the pits. You know, it's been some insane luck for him today.
Yeah, definitely some ups and downs as we see plenty of times in racing. Great timing for the safety car for Romicron as well, as they're probably looking at the end of those soft lives. So they won't lose too many positions now, as Tiger Racing will stay out on those mediums. He's looking to push as long as possible. They're side by side. I'm not sure who really has a position here. We'll see. Henners is out of the session. Looks like Skyward Atlas will get that position as they approach the back of the safety car now. So Tiger hanging out now in P5.
Oh, Struffium nearly spins under the safety car, but he manages to catch it. That was close. He caught the grass on the exit of the first corner after the S's and very nearly spun into the grass, but he managed to correct himself. So well done to him.
And it looks like, if I'm not mistaken, Undertaker got ahead of Romicron. Oh, sorry. I'm thinking of Mexena, who pit for softs now. Skyward Atlas pit for softs as well. Romicron opting for the mediums, though, out of those top three who have just pitted. So we'll see if Skyward Atlas can make up some moves. Looks like him and Tiger Racing going side by side. Not sure what's happening there. Tiger locking up big. Plenty of laps to go underneath this safety car. We'll see when the rain decides to come, as that may possibly totally blow everyone's strategies out of the water. And from our reports down on track, it looks like Skyward Atlas, his pit crew put on the wrong tires that he had hoped for. So he is on softs now, when I believe he may have hoped to be on mediums.
Yeah, wow. The gods Codemasters have ordained that his race must not go smoothly, it seems. That's unfortunate, because he's been doing very, very well this race. He's done exceptionally well to put himself from, I think, qualified P7. He was running in the podium positions all the way until the pits. He was doing really well, and unfortunately Codemasters have decided to throw a spanner into the proverbial works, as one would say.
Indeed so. We'll see how Romicron can handle his fresh mediums on the back of Undertaker and BCFU, see if he can make up some positions. Looks like Tiger Racing and Senna going at it now. Looks like Tiger Racing just holding up the pack a little bit, warming up his tires. Senna getting antsy here. Kermit did opt for the hards now, it seems, after breaking his front wing. So I'm not sure if these drivers know exactly when the rain will come. At the moment, some clouds are seeping in, but I don't see any signs of precipitation in the next few minutes at all. Of course, we don't have our Jeff in the booth with us. Only these drivers have the very and extremely accurate Jeff as the race engineer. It looks like Skyward Atlas is lagging a bit. We'll see him ghost back into Tiger Racing, but he jumps back up into P4. So we're down to 14 drivers now, as both Williams have unfortunately been taken out or taken themselves out. Unfortunate circumstances for Custom, and I'm not sure of the circumstances for Henners. But at the moment, BTFU is looking pretty solid, as Squirmy gets a 5-second penalty for ignoring a yellow flag, and I believe he got a 3-second penalty earlier in the safety car for exceeding track limits, so definitely not what you want to see under the safety car. It's really hard to avoid penalties, it seems. But the safety car will be in this lap as our drivers get backed up by the McLaren of BTFU. See the lovely scenery of Coda. A very, very fun track to watch Grand Prix at. Unfortunately, there won't be one this year, it seems. Hopefully they can get it on the calendar, but I'm afraid if they do, it won't be available for the public. Here we have BTFU taking off now, as Skyward Atlas gets a 5-second penalty for a collision with Romicron. Not sure what happened there. Seems to have his... Looks like he has some of his wings still, so he seems to be okay. Undertaker going side by side with Romicron as they get through. Rest of the field getting away okay now, as Romicron gets ahead of Skyward Atlas now and is right on the back of Undertaker. Looks like Eduardo Andretti dropped back a couple places there, as these three are right on the back of Undertaker now. Romicron with a solid exit there. We'll see if he can dive up into the hairpin here, as here comes Alfa Romeo possibly up the inside as well. Gets the move done on the Undertaker. Skyward Atlas looking to make the move. He's on those soft tires, looking to get as much speed as possible from Romicron's draft. Looks like Undertaker will have some speed though. Romicron looking to pull the Alfa Romeo along. Up the inside he goes. Later on the brakes, deep goes Undertaker. Round the outside, he'll stay ahead though, as Skyward Atlas is struggling to get around, looking for the switchback now. Tries to go up the inside over the curb. Tries to go up the inside yet again. Mech Senna right on the back now, looking to get in on the action as he's following these two. These soft runners, fresh soft runners right on the back of a 10-lap-old Undertaker, as Romicron gets ahead and he's starting to pull away now on those fresh mediums. Skyward Atlas right on the back now of Undertaker. DRS not enabled yet, as we see Skyward Atlas up the inside now into the hairpin. Undertaker dropping back to P4 now. Here comes Mexeta, Tiger Racing, and Chimera battling the two Ferraris. Chimera's ahead of Tiger on those soft tires. Tiger, of course, on those 12-lap-old mediums, so he'll be hoping for the rain to come as soon as possible. As Kermit gets a 3-second time penalty. Pretty clean start there. Restart. Oh my goodness, this Squirmy seems to have lost it. Runs into the wall. Loses his entire wing. That is very unfortunate for him. Not sure what happened there. He may have lost it coming around the corner. Was very side by side as a VSC is now out from that contact, it seems. The debris on the track has triggered that VSC. Not entirely sure what happened there. Trifium gets a 3-second time penalty. As the VSC is now lifted, Squirmy's out of here from retiring. Mech Senna on the Undertaker now. Up the inside, Senna goes. Mercedes cutting that apex as Undertaker gets a little bit of oversteer there. Here comes Chimera. He'll back off before the S's though. Looks like Kermit has opted to drop into the pits now, possibly for some damage, or he's just not happy with those hard compound tires. Camara trying to make a move quick on the Undertaker, as he has the much softer tires with a much newer life. Tiger Racing trying to follow in that slipstream of his teammate as he pulls him along. Here comes Camara up the inside, late on the brakes on Undertaker. They're side by side now. As we see rain start to fall. Lap 14, just about halfway through this race. So plenty of action left. Jose Camara not able to get by. Tiger Racing is loving the rain is falling now. He will not have to pit for some new dries anytime soon. He'll only have to stop once for some inters. Camara right on the back of Undertaker, unable to make anything happen at the moment. So you see Race 33 and Skybits side by side. Skybits going up the inside. Race 33 off the track, drops back now. This Tiger Racing does indeed go to the pits, so Camara up the inside of Undertaker. Lovely angles here from Cody's. Gets that move done. Camara up into P5. Tiger Racing has opted for the inters already. The track looks extremely dry. He's looking like some of our Xbox D1 runners who opted for the dries way too early. We'll see how it plays out for him. Maybe he's hoping for some kind of safety car. Kermit coming up on the back of him now. Track doesn't look too wet at the moment. Here comes Senna right on the back of Skyward Atlas. Skyward Atlas going very deep there. Looks like the rain is starting to come now. Looks like he does have that DRS enabled. He'll breeze on by the Alfa Romeo driver. Race 33 going very wide and off the track there. Next Toto Pick getting by. They're side by side now. On those mediums, the rain is coming. Track getting more and more slippery. Race 33 seems to be struggling at the moment. Tiger Racing not doing too bad on those intermediates. DRS is still enabled, which is a key factor there. Kermit going very deep. Tiger may have gotten that done as people are now diving into the pits, switching to those intermediates. All the top 5 dropping in. We'll see exactly where they all come out as Tiger is unfortunately battling with Kermit. So he's unable to make up too much ground. We'll see where he comes out in relation. He came in the pits in P7. DRS is disabled, so that's a sure sign that you should hop onto inners. Here comes Tiger Racing as we have a lot of our drivers exiting the pits now. Tiger Racing losing out a couple places from that pit stop. Undertaker on mediums. Oh man, I'm sure he didn't want that, as he has left the session. Just kidding, Cody's gave us a little bit of a glitch as he is actually on inters. There's a virtual safety car now. Looks like, oh my goodness. We can see
Skyward Atlas, who's gone straight on at the S's, it looks like. I don't know what's happened there. He's lost traction. He's not used to the wet. I'm not sure, but from what I was seeing, he just caught the curb and went straight through the S's.
Looks like he's retired exactly where Henner's has as well, so possibly snapping from oversteer and whipping it into the wall. 2 DNFs from that wall itself. One from Skyward Atlas, one from Henner's. We have that VSC though, not a full safety car, which is very surprising. But I suppose we've already had 2 and they don't want to waste fuel from that AMG. Green flag now as BTFU has pulled out a 4-second gap. Camara's in P2. He's looking great after starting lower in the order. We're always having a great day. Let's get some oversteer there. Mech Senna in P3. He's looking great as well. Undertaker currently, I believe, being controlled by AI as he has disconnected from the session. Tiger Racing in P10, looking to make up some positions now, as he's had already a lap on those intermediate tires. Our field pretty spread out after that VSC now. Skybits closing in on the back of Racer 33, trying to stay with him now. UTFU has just been showing his pure skill in this division as he's pulling away from Chimera. Now 5-second gap to P2. Unfortunately, Kermit in that Renault looking for his first points finish after 4 non-points finishes in a row. We'll see if he can make up some time there. A bit far back. He's probably going to be hoping for another safety car. We'll see exactly what happens. Skybit's dropping back now from Racer 33. So Racer 33 looking to have the pace on him in these semi-wet conditions as Skyward Atlas is out of here after retiring. UTFU now 6 seconds ahead of P2. Senna not too far back from Chimera. The Mercedes looking to battle that Ferrari, a fight we've seen many times before. As we see Max Senna cut that corner and get that 3-second time penalty. Time penalties very crucial here. I haven't seen too many from our top 2. We'll see how that plays out. Looks like Skybits has caught up slightly to Racer 33. Of course, no DRS now, so he will not have that assistance as they come down the start-finish straight. We see some blue sky off there in the distance. A few patches here and there, so not the heaviest of rains, but just enough to unsettle the drivers here and have to opt for those intermediates. By no means monsoon conditions, as we've seen before. We have Romicron now, trying to close that gap as well. Undertaker dropping back 4 seconds now to P3, so he's losing sight of that podium. Romicron looking to catch up now. As we have a yellow flag, looks like Eduardo Andretti has gone round in the S's. Yet another victim, and fortunately he's able to keep his tires on and does not retire. We'll see if he has any wing damage. Looks like he's pretty clean on his wing as well. So good on him for not completely losing it, but still losing out that position now to Kermit as he jumps up into P11, 24 seconds back from P10. Senna still closing in on Chimera. We have Tiger Racing, of course, on Skybits. He's got some practice on these wets now as he cruises along up to the back of the Toro Rosso driver. Romicron right on the back of Undertaker now, looking to make some kind of move. Here comes Tiger Racing though, looking for a move. We'll tuck in behind now. PCFU now 7 seconds ahead in that P1 position. Romicron surely will make some kind of move on Undertaker now, as he's been closing in on him as Skybits gets a 3-second time penalty. Tiger Racing right on the back of him now. Romicron with a good run now on the Toro Rosso. They cruise into the turn. Micron will hold position. Oh, as Undertaker starts to go around quite a bit, but saves it. A little bit of a tap there from Micron. It's like here comes Tiger Racing though. Looking up the inside of Skybits, possibly Skybits goes wide. They're side by side now. Toro Rosso and Ferrari. Skybits up the inside of this corner. Tries to get it done. Tiger around the outside now though. Will be inside for this next turn. Surely he'll have the move done. Skybits stays wide. Looks for a switchback. Can't get it done though. And Tiger Racing has that position done and dusted. Ferrari driver up into P9 now. Kermit still 25 seconds back off the points. We'll see what he can do to close that gap. Micron and Senna unable to catch up to their drivers in front. Skybits isn't losing too much time now to Tiger Racing. He's still within a second. These drivers should be able to go to the end on these tires unless it starts pouring down with rain. At the moment, intermediates seem like they'll last to the end. Skybits right on the back of Tiger Racing. Into the S's. Comes in a little too hot. Able to save it, but loses a little bit of time there to Tiger Racing. As Racer 33 gets another 3-second time penalty. Meanwhile, BTFU 9 seconds ahead. A sight we've seen plenty of times before out in P1, pulling away. Absolutely full ERS. Eduardo gets a 3-second time penalty. Senna is a very devilish number of seconds behind Camara. Now 5/10. A little bit of oversteer there. Finding it hard to make a move. Both P3 and P5 has been tucked behind P2 and P4 respectively. Unable to get anything done. Camara hopping into the water. Keep those tires cool. Undertaker seems to be losing time to Senna as well as he tries to fend off Micron. Kermit now 27 seconds back from the points. Not sure if he'll be able to make it unless we get another safety car. Considering we've already had 2 and there's only 7 laps left, that may not be likely. We will see though. I've been known to curse as a commentator many times before regarding safety cars in PC Division 2. So we'll see just how this race pans out. Micron just too far back yet again. Seems as if these drivers are running a bit more wing and Undertaker is able to pull away on the straights and not get past. Senna now very close to Camara. Possibly could make a move here. Oh, goes very deep there. Just has to avoid Camara. Does a good job of keeping his wing nice and clean. Will lose out on this straight. He was looking for a good run there, but unfortunately just before the final corner, made a bit of a mistake as Ozone Camara goes very wide. Toto Pitt gets a 3-second time penalty. For Micron, yet again, the devil's number behind Undertaker. Concerning, considering he's behind the Undertaker. Surely Senna will have a good run here on Chimera. Oh, gets a bit of oversteer out of the corner. Puts his foot down a bit too early. Chimera will pull away. For Micron, also a bit too far back to make anything happen. Lovely shot of the Haas in the rain there. The rain seems to be light enough now where wets will not be effective and intermediates are the best tire. But of course, only Jeff knows the true answer to that. Tiger Racing on the back of Race 33 now. He's making up ground. We've just got 5 laps left to go so far. Of course, anything can still happen. Oh my goodness, as Tiger gets a little Dorifto action in the triple right-hander, able to save it. Doesn't lose too much time, but drops back a couple seconds from Race 33. Skybit's now on the charge to try and possibly catch him after that. Skybit's getting a little drift action of himself. Of course, as I was saying, plenty of time left, but so far, Jeb, who is your driver of the day throughout this race?
It's been a very difficult one to decide, if I'm going to be brutally honest. I mean, purely based on what I've seen so far, I'd have to go with Ozone Chimera. You know, he's been a bit of a dark horse this race. He's not obviously put himself out there, but he has played the strategy magnificently. He's risen to the occasion. He's come from, I think, a midfield qualifying position. I think he qualified something like 7th or 8th. He's come up to 2nd now, defending from Mick Senna. So I think, in all honesty, it's a brilliant race from him. And if he keeps this form up, he could be my driver of the day.
Yeah, definitely. Chimera, I believe, and Senna as well. Both these drivers seem to have been in the right place at the right time. They're doing a solid job. Chimera, of course, holding off Senna now, pulling away almost a second and a half. Doing a good job of solidifying that P2. We'll see if the Ferrari can hold on and continue this form. Still plenty of time left in this race. You never know what can happen, but at the moment, looking pretty good for that Ferrari and that Mercedes in P2 and P3. And of course, BTFU doing what he always does, leading this race.
There could be a battle developing between possibly Toto Pick and Stryfium. Stryfium has fallen nearly 3 seconds off the back of Romicron in 3 laps. He's nearly, well, he is 9 seconds behind now, and Toto is almost within 2 seconds, so he's really closed the gap on Stryfium. And, you know, there could be a major battle in the next couple of laps. I don't know whether Toto Pick has really been pushing or whether Stryfium has had some mistakes, but hopefully these two get to have a battle before the end of the race here.
Yeah, currently McLaren looking pretty good in P1 and P6, so we'll see if Stryfium can hold off these runners coming up behind. Of course, Racer 33 not too far behind either, with Tiger Racing looking to make a charge back, and Skybits as well, so P6 could be up for grabs now. As, oh my goodness, Ozone Chimera gets passed by Mech Senna. I'm not sure what happened there. Looks like he may have lost it. He was a second or two ahead. Mech Senna gets that position now. Chimera has dropped back into P3. Senna up to P2. May have missed that Romicron now, right on the back of Undertaker. Surely he has the move now. Great run out of the corner. This is a lap for passing as there's a yellow flag. Looks like Skybits has gone round in the S's. Up the inside goes Romicron. Gets the move done. Pushes out Undertaker wide. They get a little bit of contact there. Romicron will have that move nice and easy after plenty of laps of tailing him. Gets ahead. We'll see if Undertaker can fight back now. He'll tuck in behind and get that move done. So up into P4 goes Romicron. Looks like Skybits did spin around. Do not believe he got any wing damage from my angle at least. Yeah, looks like his wings are intact. So unfortunate spin there for him as he was possibly challenging for P9, 8, 7, and 6 even. And you're right, Jeb. Stryfium falling back even more now as Mex Toto Pick is cruising up along, trying to snag that P6 position. Chimera not losing out too big now as Toto gets a 3-second time penalty. We'll see if Kamara can make a move. Senna goes very deep in the S's. We'll have to cut that corner. Here comes Kamara now, possibly capitalizing on the mistake he made last lap. Senna doing a good job getting it back on track, keeping it stable. Here comes Kamara though. 3 laps left in this Grand Prix. The rain is looking pretty consistent here. I doubt anyone will opt to pit. Senna with a nice tidy corner there before this back straight. Just what he needs as he's trying to fend off the Ferrari. It's all coming down for the battle for P6 now, as we can see. They're all heading onto the back straight. Tiger Racing getting in on this too. We'll see. It may come down to the very last lap for these 4 drivers. Meanwhile, Kamara not too far back from Senna, keeping him within distance. He hasn't lost sight of that P2 position yet. BTFU now 20 seconds ahead, so he is very comfortable. Surely he'll take it easy. As we got a yellow flag now. Looks like possibly the Toro Rosso. I'm sorry, I did not see who that was. Kermit looks to be okay back there in P11.
Yep, I can confirm that was Sky Bits. I think he had a slight off at the hairpin before the straight. I'm not sure, but I switched to his camera and he was pulling back onto the track doing much slower than race pace through the corner. So I think he's heading off, but luckily it doesn't seem to have affected his race. He's held the move and held the spin. He's kept it clean, no damage.
Good to hear that our driver did not get any damage. Continues away. He's in that P10, looking like he will stay there, hoping to hold off Kermit, who's 9 seconds behind now. Slowly closing in. If Skybits continues to make mistakes, Kermit may be looking at a points position. Of course, we don't know about time penalties yet, so that could be a factor as well. Kamara not giving up yet. Race 33 now within 1 second of Toto pick. Tiger Racing, of course, on the back of these guys as well. Shaping up to be an excellent battle. Race 33 with a 3-second time penalty now. Tiger Racing's teammate Kamara trying to come through with a P2. So you approach the second to last lap. These drivers very close now. A little bit of oversteer there from Kamara. He'll drop back just out of a second, it seems. Striffium now backed up into Max Toto pick. Race 33 doing everything he can to cop just a few more points as his fight in the championship standings stays alive. Right on the back now, just 3/10 behind. Coming into the final corner. Nice and easy. Bit too far back now. Of course, DRS is not enabled, so he won't be able to use it. He seems just too far back. He'll have to wait for one of these drivers ahead to make a mistake. Here he comes right on the back of Toto. Into the S's. Looking to capitalize now. As Tiger is right on the back as well. Looking to double his points, possibly triple. Meanwhile, Kamara trying to stay with that P2 of Senna. Striffium keeping a solid 1.5 second gap to P7. So he's not looking too bad at the moment. As BTFU rounds the final corner, he's going to be starting his final lap now of this Grand Prix. But we've got a battle for P7 and 6 on our hands. As race 33 has closed very close to Toto.
Yep, it's a very close battle. I think Tiger Racing could be the big winner here. He's the only driver of this battle without a penalty. I think Toto has 6 seconds, Racer has 3 seconds, and Stryfium has 3 seconds. So, providing that Tiger Racing can put in a solid final lap and take Racer possibly, he could be promoted to P6, knocking both Toto and Stryfium down to P7 and 8.
And that's, of course, what we know Tiger is known for, as we have a yellow flag. Not sure what that was entirely. May have been Skybits yet again, not sure. But yeah, of course, Tiger Racing known for almost rarely getting a penalty, which really propels him up the order at the end of the race. Could very much help him here yet again. In USA, as Racer 33 goes very wide, gets a snap of oversteer, goes into the gravel, spins round, unable to save it. He's got plenty of time behind him though, but he'll drop to P9, and that's on the final lap. That's devastating for him as he was trying to get that P7 or possibly P6 position. Tiger Racing having to back off, so he'll try and charge up and catch Toto. That's a freebie for him. Here comes Toto though, up the inside of Stryfium, looking to make a move. These two are going at it now. Hopefully this battling can allow Tiger, he's get some oversteer out of the final corner there. Allow Tiger to close up on them. We will see. Meanwhile, BTFU coming up to the line. He'll win the USGP by a large margin there. We go back though with P6 and P7 as Toto is right on the back of BTFU's teammate Stryfium in the McLaren. BTFU finishing 20 seconds ahead. Solid, outstanding drive by him. Of course, Mech Senna and Ozone Camaro coming up to the line. We'll see who finishes ahead of each other due to time penalties. Camaro go P2, gets that P2 done, and Senna down to P3. Looks like Mex Toto coming up behind Stryfium will not get the move done. He cuts that final corner. Romicron in P4, Undertaker in P5. We'll see where Stryfium, Toto, and Tiger all finish due to time penalties. Cross the line. Toto stays P7. Tiger goes P6, jumps all of them. Gets up into P6. Stryfium down to P7. Toto down to P8. Racer 33 coming up to the line now. We'll see what he can do. He will stay P9. We got Skybits and Kermit. Kermit, I know, has a couple penalties, as well as Skybits. Kermit struggling there on that Renault, trying to bring her home. Skybits up to the line now. Gets that P10, possibly secures it. BTFU, though, your race winner. A solid drive from him as we see him round Sector 3. There you have it. BTFU, your winner for the PC Division 2 US Grand Prix, further extending his championship lead. Got the podium there. I believe possibly a PPR best finish for Camara as he's up in P2. Well done to him. And well done to Mech Senna as well, up on the podium. There you have it, folks, as I gain mad XP from commentating these guys. It's a solid race there. Ozone Camaro not getting any penalties. That saved him at the end there, jumping ahead of Mech Senna. BTFU, of course, your race winner. Romicron without any penalties as well in P4. Undertaker drops down in P5. Tiger Racing up to P6, of course, with no penalties, down from P13. Mech Senna starting at P16 up to P3, so he's my driver of the day. Absolutely nailed that. And of course, we've got Stryfium P7, Toto P8, Racer 33 P9, and Skybits in P10 to round off the top 10 there. Kermit and Eduardo Andretti unable to pick up points as they are the last finishers on track. We'll now go ahead and try and get some interviews here for you guys as we pull them into the interview room from our podium finishers. Pretty solid race there, though. What did you say, Jeb?
Sorry, there were some difficulties. I am back now. Uh, I'd say it's a difficult choice for driver of the day, in all honesty. I mean, Ozone, Chimera, and Mick Senna, obviously the standouts coming from further down the grid. Of course, Senna from P16 and Chimera from P9, to both finish on the podium with an incredible drive. You know, they've both driven solidly. Unfortunately, that 3-second penalty for Senna dropping him back slightly, but they've both driven really well, and I'd say that's a joint driver of the day from me. I can't fault either of them for what they've done today.
Yeah, I mean, I can't disagree with you there. They both drove outstandingly. We're going to go ahead and hop in the voice chat for P2, I believe, as we get Camara underway. Looks like Senna is unable to join, so we'll hop in, yeah, P2 with Camara. So now we're joined by Camara with a solid P2 finish there for Ferrari.
Hey,
nice
man.
job, man. Pretty outstanding race, to say the least. You started pretty far down the order, but made your way back up with solid just strategy calls. What was how was your race for you?
Race was pretty good. I stuck P9. Like USA is by far my worst track, probably. So I was not that sad. Then the first lap before the S's or during the S's, we had some touches. I broke the front wing. Then the safety car came out. So I went on the mediums. That was very good. Second safety car came out. I was about that's all or nothing. So I put the softs on, made some positions because I knew the rain was coming. So then the rain stop was very good because I entered P5 or P6, I believe, and I came out somehow P2. And then, yeah, I just, obviously, I couldn't get P1, so I just hold to it.
Yeah, man, that was a solid race there. I think the softs was a good call there, expecting the rain. So it seemed like you guys had it all under control, and you kept a good pace there at the end on those intermediates. And, of course, with those time penalties, helped out pretty well in the end. So congrats on P2. Is that your highest finish in PPR here?
It is my highest finish ever in league racing. So I was like, I'm so sweaty, but yeah, it was a good fun in the rain. It's always tricky, so yeah, that was good fun. Enjoy.
Yeah, man. Well, congratulations. Very much respect for your P2 there. Definitely do some good celebrating.
Thanks, boys.
Congrats. See you next time.
See you.
Great.
Now we're joined by BTFU, the race winner. Very, very similar voice chat for him, as he's been here quite often. Had a commanding lead at the end there. How was the race for you? You had a couple of hiccups to deal with the safety car and the rain.
Yeah, no, definitely it was not easy at the start. Pitted for mediums on the lap 1 safety car. I knew it was supposed to rain. Hopefully this make the beams last till the rain and able to do that, but definitely a little sketchy at the first, half of the race. Caught up in some incidents and time penalties and all that, but ultimately when the rain came, got the good strat and got out in front.
Yeah, you seem to, once that rain came and that safety car cleared, you were able to really pull away and solidify that win. So congrats on extending that championship lead. Not that it matters at the moment, but
Thank you, I appreciate
well
it.
done. Solid drive, man.
Thank you, man, I appreciate it.
There you have it. Our podium finishers. Unfortunately, Senna not able to join us, but he did come in P3. Solid drive from all our drivers who made it to the end under those treacherous conditions and varying safety cars. But any last words here, Jeb?
I'd just like to say thanks for having me on. I mean, obviously, it was kind of a short notice, but I've really enjoyed commentating here, and thanks for the opportunity. It was really good.
Yeah, man, we always appreciate another commentator in the booth. You've done excellent. Very glad to have you by my side, as I'm sure the viewers are as well. So we'll catch you all next time as we fade it out. We'll catch you Friday for our Xbox D4. So look out for that on our YouTube channel. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.